Here are 4 struggles that you'll face in the first 4 years of retirement. Number 1 is spending. And I wish I could say you're spending too much early in retirement, but the reality is you'll be spending too little. Most of you don't spend enough early in retirement when you should be spending the maximum that your plan allows you to spend. So make sure you understand your plan. Make sure you understand how much can I spend. Whether you need to spend that much or not, understand what the limit is on the upside, understand what you're probably going to spend, figure out the gap. And if you have a year where you're able to spend that, go on an extra trip, travel first class, whatever it is, make sure you're spending to the upper echelon, especially early on in retirement when you're able to enjoy those years and your body is healthy. The second struggle you'll face is the transition into retirement. You're used to waking up, working 40 hours a week, going to a job, collecting a paycheck. The big transition struggle you're going to face is collecting a paycheck, knowing that the amount of taxes is taken off. It's quite simple. And I always say tax planning leading up to retirement is pretty basic. You get your paycheck. If you want to reduce your taxes, you put money into an RSP or you make a donation. When we flip and transition into retirement, there are a lot of tax planning strategies. But the first transition struggle is paying yourself. You've worked so hard to build up this big war chest, this nest egg of money, and you need to start drawing it down. And I always tell clients, especially DIY investors, it's easy to buy good companies, good stocks, whatever it is. It's hard to sell it. And part of your retirement plan, typically, unless you're a multimillionaire, will have you selling those investments, drawing down on your investments. And this kind of ties into the first struggle in that you're not spending enough. Because it's I don't want to sell this. I don't want to spend my money. The third struggle you will face as you enter retirement is your healthcare. And it's the struggle of, do I get healthcare insurance or do I go private, i.e. pay cash? The way to figure out what one's the best for you is to do an analysis. So reach out to maybe Blue Cross, Manulife, someone that sells healthcare insurance in retirement, and look at what you're going to get and what you're going to pay. And the simplest task here to figure out if it makes sense for you is, if I pay this $350 a month for the healthcare insurance, and I use it, a typical year that I would use it, dental, health, whatever, physio, whatever it is, how much am I going to get back? You have to remember that all of these types of plans will have a maximum. So you might say, well, yeah, I'm on a very expensive prescription drug. A, does it cover it? And B, how much does it cover it to? How much does it cover for dental? If you go to the massage a lot, maybe it only covers $25 per visit, which if you're paying 100 plus, it's not a big help. And it may show that, hey, this insurance, Manulife, Blue Cross, or other, might be a good solution for you. But you might be paying more than you're going to get out. So then you may want to switch to cash. Now, part of the cash area is you want to look at your credit card. A lot of credit cards have really good travel insurance and healthcare insurance for going abroad. I use RBC Avion Infinite Card. That gives me really good travel insurance. I used it not too long ago when my family went to Phoenix. I did a claim on there, had a check within a couple of weeks. It was very easy to use. Now, some cards will stop or change at age 65. Some go up to 75. I've seen some up to 80, 85. So again, look at your typical healthcare insurance that you pay on a monthly basis and you can make claims and all that. Look at, well, if I just pay cash, what am I typically going to be out of pocket? And thirdly, look at that credit card. Because I think for a lot of you, that may be a good option that you're not digging into. The fourth and final struggle is going to be feeling valued. And for most of you, when you go to work, that is your social network. That's where you feel filled, especially later in your career, right? You've advanced up for a lot of you. You have a senior position. People report to you. A lot of people get their value through work, and that's fine. As you transition to retirement, that feeling, that nest egg of filling you up emotionally is absolutely gone. And so you have to A, make that transition, but B, the most important part of this is you need to find something else to fill you up. It could be a hobby, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be whatever it is. Everyone's got their thing. But you need to make sure you replace one thing with the other. So make sure you understand what feeling valued is now, what that feels like, and how to transition. Again, work through this prior to retirement. Don't walk into retirement with nothing. Right? Typically 2 to 3 years before retirement. What's going to fill you in retirement? Start doing that, start building that up so that you're on a better path when you hit retirement.